Sorry about that. I was putting things down on the keyboard, and all of a sudden, boop! I hate that. How can one button turn off a live stream? So anyway, tonight I brought my food, and I have the only meal I didn't eat in this room was last night's banquet. And so I've promised myself, oh, this is an especially pretty butterfly. I wanted to show you this. Well, let me put something behind it so you can see it better. But I just loved all the different color and pattern. But there were some beautiful quilts. Now, I got last night at the banquet, I remembered to bring my memory card, which I didn't the Friday night meeting that we had where people showed their classwork. But anyway, so, but as I was saying, I brought all my own food for all my meals, lunch and dinner, because I don't eat breakfast. And I've been so good. Last night we had a banquet, and I thought we had really good food, but I don't know. Some of the ladies at my table didn't seem to appreciate it. Oh, while we're here, I want to send a shout out. I'm sure she's not watching, but maybe she'll watch it later. Laura, I had a table mate at my 2-day class. Best table mate I ever had. We had so much in common. We had a great time. And it was so nice to share, because we only share 6-foot tables. You don't get, 3 feet, that's it. So a lot of us bring folding tables. I have these plastic folding tables that I think I got at Target. They're really good. But you're really jammed in. And if you don't like the person you're sharing a table with, it can be very tricky. So I wanted to say hello if she ends up watching, to Laura. She was a great table mate, and I had a good time with her. And she did a very, very pretty blue ribbon star out of gray, light gray, a medium dark gray, and burgundies, just really pretty. Did a great job. So, send out a notice. Where would I send it? Okay. I might be tired, but I'm trying to think. Should I put it on the Yahoo group, or I don't know. I titled this live stream again. That's my new thing for oops, something messed up. But, I know what I was going to tell y'all earlier. I know, I love the colors. And this is, as I said, I think before, fossil something. Oh, poo. I will get y'all the name. Fossil Ferns, I think, was the name. And I bought a real thick pack, probably for about $35, Fossil Fern, on Crafty, probably 2 years ago. And boy, were they perfect for this. So the next thing we're going to do, so I've got to stitch down all my stems, then iron on the leaves, then, thank you, Bonnie, thank you. And then stitch down the leaves, and then stitch down my flower tops. And you know what she did, which I'm going to do? She used a medium gray, and it blended right in with just about everything, a light gray on the pastels. And because who wants to change threads this many times? So, but anyway, after I get all these stitched down and fused on, then I'll start, I've actually started trying to put on, fuse on the butterflies, stitch those down. Then on this pattern, they had a green inner border, but I think I'm going to use a turquoise because that's my favorite color, as you can see. And then I'll see how it looks. And then I've got to make a gazillion. Yes, that's a real number. I'm going to make a gazillion or quadrillion, whatever, of prairie points. Now, The only problem about making all those prairie points is you have to cut them 4-inch squares. And I've got some other charm packs that weren't the fossil ferns, but let me see if I can find it. They weren't fossil ferns, but they were another charm pack. I haven't normally bought a lot of charm packs, but when I see a good deal, and I think these were from Craftsy, and they're kind of a real modelly print, I'm going to use those and fold them for the prairie points. Now, to me, it seems like a great waste of time because I think what you do is you fold them in half diagonally, and then you fold them half diagonally again, and then you slip one inside the other, and down you go. What I'm going to do is see if I can't cut them once they're folded. I'm going to do it with paper so I don't waste good fabric. Can I fold the 5-inch and then just cut across? I'm thinking it should work, but I don't know. So that's something I've got to figure out. And otherwise, I've got to take all these 5-inch squares and turn them into 4-inch squares. It's too much work for Deb. It really is. Oh, purple. Now that's a good idea. I could do a purple. Yeah, try to put in some teal, a little bit of a teal, and I hope I have some teal butterflies, but I think you're right. I just shouldn't pick teal unless there's something in it with teal. But purple sounds like a good idea. I could even do green along the bottom like it's grass, and then the sides could be blue, like sky. I don't know. But you know what I have found is I try not to make too many decisions, too many steps ahead, because I always change things. I never knew that I thought I had this block nailed. I thought I had it nailed, and I've already changed the dark green to a yellow, and now I'm going to change all those triangles. And then I'm going to probably ask for y'all's help. And I like a little accent stripe or flange. I don't want to just put in the off-white borders and then blam, go straight to a binding. So, that's another thing I was going to tell you. The teacher, it's not on here. The teacher put a little flange in her binding. How cool is that? So I might try that myself. But that way you're taking what is pretty much a straightforward, simple pattern, and you're adding some special touches to it. Oh, I like that, Susan. I like that. Because then I wouldn't even have to cut them at all. So y'all give me such good hints. And you know what? It takes a village to raise a child. And it takes a village to help a Deb quilter. So I appreciate all your village help because, wait a minute. Does that make me the village idiot? I don't think so. So I got to get another drink. Goodness gracious. So, but what I'm going to do, since I've been so frugal, I bought a big bag of chicken salad. I brought some frozen caldo verde that I'm going to give you the recipe to. I brought that soup, had that last night. I brought a leftover Christmas cheese log that I made, had that one night with some crackers and stuff. But anyway, so I always make too much of whatever bag of salad, and I eat it for so many meals. So I'm going to go to find the best seafood restaurant in town, and I'm going to go have a seafood palooza. So it's so funny. When I was a child, I used to help my parents catch crabs. I didn't like crabs. And they said, well, what would you like instead of having crabs? And I said, I want ice cream. So we had the High's Dairy. Virginia Beach, Virginia had a lot of Mennonite dairies. They had Burchards and High's. And they took me by the High's Dairy and got me ice cream. And that was the best part of crabbing. But I was the brave kid. Because when you crab at Virginia Beach, you walk out into the water and you have these crab lines. You put a chicken neck on them and you walk out into the water with the crabs and you gently pull the line up and you have this net in the water trying to keep it real still so the crab doesn't realize, and you slowly pull the line up, and when you see, you can feel if there's a crab on there because they'll do a little tug, and so you pull him up and try to get that net right under him. And I was real good at it. My sister and brother were too scared the crab was going to get them, but the crab didn't want me. It wanted that chicken neck. So. Crock pot chili. Mm-hmm. Good job, hon. Susie's magic binding for that flange. I wonder if that's what she used. Just type in Susie's magic binding. Okay. I will look that up. That's a great idea. One of the things a lot of teachers do is everybody will gather around the teacher in a tight little bundle and she'll give them hints and tips. Well, I don't go up to those because I have claustrophobia and I don't want to stand in a tight little group. So if I do go up, I stand far away, and after a few minutes, I'm like, I'm done. So I have done a flange before, and I really like it. And for any of you who don't know what a flange is, you cut a piece of fabric, probably 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. You fold it wrong sides together and iron it like you would do a binding. It's just a little narrower. And then you sew it in the seam allowance so however much sticks out of the seam allowance. So when you iron it and press the seam allowance down, it has a little line of color and you can kind of barely lift it with your fingernail. But how's my Kenzie? How is my Kenzie doing? Michelle's here. Yay, Michelle. I'm at the ocean, Michelle. Don't spit cherries. I'm at the ocean, Michelle. You see, I've got my little pink flamingo. He's tied to the outer chair. And that way he's enjoying the beach. My other flamingos are on the curtain back somewhere behind me. They're probably in the folds now. But my other flamingos are here with me. I have really enjoyed the beach. I really enjoyed the ocean. So, but there's a Captain Something's around here. I'm going to find it and I'm going to go get seafood. Did Kathy make it back? Kathy! We only have 7 people in here. We lost a lot. Ice storm. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't lose power, hon. I need to warn people that sometimes I kind of, through no fault of my own or plenty of fault of my own, lose a feed. I don't think Lisa made it over. Susan, are you short? So, oh, I know what I was going to show you. Something I made. 5'3", I'm 5'7". Okay, let's see. All right. Yeah, so if you're 5'3", it's hard to see when you're in those big groups. A good number of years back, I took and quilted this fabric, and it's all kinds of little peppers, red, green, yellow peppers fabric. And I quilted it when I was trying to learn how to use my long arm. And then I took and cut it and put a zipper in it. And then, oh, Patty, I haven't mailed it to you yet, but that stuff, the heat resistant stuff, I put a couple layers of that in here. And what I made with a handle and a zipper is an iron tote bag. Okay. So I'm having a hard time. Hold on. There we go. So an iron tote bag. And then I saw on probably Connecting Threads or something, and it was really cheap. It's a silicone iron pad. And you can sit this on any table and the iron won't burn it. So what I do, because when the little iron I have, oh man, does it get hot. And it's a low voltage, but it's amazing. It's those ones that I told you I bought off eBay because they're the old Black & Decker travel iron. Black & Decker Travel Pro, they made 20 years ago. So when I finish with a class, it takes a long time for it to cool down. Ah, okay, yeah, this is really nice. So I lay this inside my bag. See it in there? And then even if my iron is still very hot, I can lay it so that the plate of the iron is laying on that silicone. And just keep the cord away from it, and off I go. And it eventually will cool down. So that's really helpful. Have a way you can carry a hot iron, because, you don't want to put it in with your sewing machines. These sewing machines have too much plastic in them nowadays. So Bonnie has one of those silicone pads. So I didn't use it as much at home, but boy, do I use it for travel. I find it very important for travel. So Michelle, besides having, oh, good. And you know what? Don't forget, Michelle has a beautiful brown Bargello quilt that it's in the photo album. So when we were talking about Bargellos, don't forget to take a peek at Michelle's gorgeous quilt. So I had a really good time. I've got to be honest, I'm very tired. But you'll be proud of me, Michelle. I'll show you. I'm on the far end of this resort. There is a building. Okay, you see this blue? Let me open this door all the way. Okay, see that blue roof building? Well, the building beyond it looks like it has two big windows. That's where all of our conferences were held. All the classes. And see all of this hotel in between me and them? I'm on this far end of the resort, and I had to go to that end. And y'all would be so proud of me. I walked to and from every class, every meeting, the banquet. My car stayed in the parking garage, and I walked. So I'm very, very proud. So I want to be around a long time, and I got to walk and get back in shape. So, and I was sick for a month. Well, when you've been sick for a month, it's really hard to exercise. Let me make sure I'm all the way out. Yeah, I am. So some days I walked 8 times. So thank you, Michelle. It was hard. You don't know how many times I saw a hotel golf cart and thought, if I steal that to drive over there. I would like to say I took the stairs too, but I didn't. I used elevators. There were some ladies, they were just showing off. They used the stairs. So, tell me about y'all. What's new in your corner of the world? Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, all I need is Kathy to send an email to this, and I will get her to join our Yahoo group. Oh, did Bonnie leave? Oh, bye, Bonnie. Mwah. Take good care, hon. Yeah, I have a sister who's 5'11", Susan. That's not fair. The oldest child should be the tallest. Could be 2 feet of snow. What was that? Oh, no. So, oh, you're working on a wacky wedge. Oh, then I need to show you this, Michelle. And don't forget, y'all, send your pictures to me because I love to post them. You're not going to believe this, but they showed a quilt that was like a wacky wedge, and all the blocks were made from this one fabric. And the blocks look so different. And it's a K facet fabric. I'm going to try that with this and see where I get. But and Michelle, I know you'll probably see it later especially if you look at what's already gone on. But this is going to be a fun quilt. I can't wait to finish that and see what it's like. And then this was my other class. Fun classes. Ooh, Sonia's working on a splendid sampler too. Oh, Marlene Hoozle. Hi, hon. Nice to meet you. It's a UFO. Good. Oh, is it the wacky wedge that we did that class that time? What was her name? Pat or somebody taught us the wacky wedge. Good job. This is going to be my year to do a lot of UFOs because you know what? I'm tired of not having them done. So, oh, good, Patty. You're working on a Pat Sloan design. Mm-hmm. And you can always shoot an email with pictures of your work to me. I'd love it. Oh, Marlene is from Brazil. Hola, Marlene. We're happy to have you here. Pardon me, I'm eating peaches. I got hungry. I mean peaches, cherries. Mmm. Oh, neat. I love snail tails. Or snail trails, pardon me. Knitting Fox Montana's back. We haven't seen her in a while. Hi, sweetie. Mm. I tell you what, these cherries are good. I don't know why it took me until I was 60 years old to try them. Delicious. So how are you, Knitting Fox? It's been a while. And I was saying earlier, I had the best table mate for 2 of my classes. Her name was Laura, and she was delightful. If she lived closer to me, we would get into such trouble. Oh, my goodness. Mm. Oh, I'm glad you're back, Knitting Fox. I'm so glad. Oh my goodness. I lived in Chesapeake for about 7 years. That's neat. I lived near, now why is my focus has gone wonky? But I lived near, off of Portsmouth Boulevard in Chesapeake, near Taylor Road. They built a mall there after I moved away. It was years and years, like late 70s, early 80s. Oh, neat. Oh, you know what? Bonnie didn't get to see the ocean. I'm sorry she had to go. I remember Hex. We had a mall in Chesapeake that if you stood on the second floor at Sears, you could feel the floor shake. That always worried me. Oh boy, you should hear some of the weather around here. It's cold and it was windy. Well, no, it still is windy here. So I was going to go walk on the beach. I'm finally done with all my classes. I went out to load stuff in the car and it is biting. It is cold. Y'all tell her, I mean, I've been hearing minus this and oh my goodness, some of these people are having ice storms and a couple feet of snow. It was supposed to be 65 today and I brought shorts. Ha! Yes, I'm staying an extra night because I just usually get so tired by the last day. And so this is a nice gift I gave to myself. And honestly, the rate for the room was $79. I thought I can do that an extra night. Oh, I know. Oh, what is her name? We have a teacher here, and her name is starting to get pretty well known. Now her name just went right out of my head. But she just built a 20 by 40 studio. Oh my gosh! Can you imagine being that lucky? I mean, I thought I'm lucky. I just have a room, but 20 by 40 studio that you design and build, so it's got everything you need. Amazing. Yeah, that rate is so good right here on the ocean, and I can take my time and get rested back up. I was hearing all the people leaving early this morning, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's only 4.5 hours, but still, when you're exhausted, that's a lot of driving. No, not Bonnie Hunter. Um, oh boy, I will find out that name. I keep thinking it's Susan somebody, but I talked to her last night. I said, your name's really getting out there. Great job. And she told me that she's going to be going to a workshop in Austin, Texas. You ready for the size of the guild? Over 400 members. That's a major guild. Oh, I thought you at least would have your own room by now, Michelle. Can you imagine a 400 and some member? It would be too big for me. I don't do well in those bigger crowds. Boy, you could learn a lot. Can you imagine even a short meeting would last a long time? The kids got, oh, that's right. She made a room for the grandkids when they spend the night. Now, is that a good Nana or what? Well, guys, I hate to say this, but I think I need to go. I'm very tired, and I think I might go out and get dinner before it gets too dark. 175 members, that's too big, boy. Whoa. I went one time to an 80-member guild, and I felt like that was too big. And I went there for a couple of years and felt like nobody ever said hi. You know, it was just, I don't know. It was too big for me. Hi, Cheryl Moore. I've seen your name too. I get notices when people subscribe, and I try to answer every message that you type to me. And so I get familiar with certain names, and I remember seeing Cheryl's. Welcome. I haven't heard anything more from, let me see. Oh, Mariella, you would love a retreat. They're wonderful. Where is the lady from Brazil? Marlene Holtzel. Aw. And Marlene, I don't know how good your English is, but it doesn't matter. Just try. We will do our best to try too. Welcome, Marlene. So, guys, I hate to leave now, but Cheryl just got here. Y'all have a great week. I'll be back to normal next week. Well, normal for me, whatever that is. But I'll be glad to have my own space, and I'll have things to show you. And so have a great week. Oh, Cheryl, good. Thank you. Good, Cheryl. We're glad. We're so glad to have you. And Cheryl, if you want to join our Yahoo group where we get to anybody on here, if you're not a member of our Yahoo group, all you have to do is send me an email to, Our Time to Quilt at twc.com. Okay, Our Time to Quilt at twc.com. If you send me an email to that, I'll send you an invitation, and we'd love to have you join. We'd love to have you join. So we keep on talking, cut up, share patterns, all of that. Next week, I'll get back to my beach landscape quilt, and I'll make sure that if any of you want the pattern, I will send it to you by email free, and we'll go back to our normal routine. But thanks for joining me at the beach. Oh, I promised you I would show you the beach. So let's get a little peek at that while we get ready to go. All right. Oh, look at those waves. Y'all will have to tell Bonnie you saw waves, because she said she didn't see any water moving. And there is water moving. So have a good week, ladies. Have a good week. Do something just for you that feeds your soul, because you're worth it. Take care. Bye-bye, guys. See you next week. And there'll be some videos on this week, too. Goodbye. Mwah. Yeah, white caps and all. Thank you for joining me today. It's been kind of bumpy, but it was wonderful to see and hear from you. So take care, guys. You're the best. Bye-bye.